Oh snap, Mujika. So what's gonna happen to Emma? I don't think she's gonna die. Yo, look at Ray. He shot the arrow. He was like Link, and I didn't say Zelda. He's like Link from the Legend of Zelda. That was cool as hell, man. Oh snap, bro! Did you see Emma's face? Emma had the dirt face, yo. Hey, what's up, everybody? It's me, your hero, Benjamin Banks, and you're watching Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. And today I will be doing another episode review for Promised Neverland. This one is episode 8. But before I get into today's review, make sure that you like this video, you hit that subscribe button, and you hit the bell button so that way you're always notified whenever we have new videos up here on Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks. So let's go ahead and get into today's review. This episode was amazing, man. Like so many what's the word I'm looking for? I can't even think of the word because this was just an amazing episode. And you saw the reaction video that I posted before the video even started. And woo, like I said, an amazing episode. So let's go ahead and start at the beginning where it picks right up after last week's episode where Norman is with Mother and he enters the building and there's a man standing inside. And, you know, I thought that Norman was pretty much going to die, but we see that he's still alive and whatnot. I've stated that before. I had feelings that he was still alive. I mean, I had already been spoiled because I had seen images of Norman, and I'm not going to spoil that for you know, what's to come because we already know that he's still alive now, so it doesn't even matter. But yeah, I was spoiled that he was still alive, but it was sweet seeing this and seeing that there was an actual man in the building waiting for Norman. And this is one of those things where it's just like, okay, so they were keeping men alive and there is a possibility for a man to make it up to the top of the ranks is what I'm thinking. Or maybe these are just humans that were still working with the demons, because remember we find out that they have a pact where it's like the humans got to stay on one side, the demons have to stay on one side, but there are humans that want to help the demons keep getting humans flesh, human brains, so that way that they can keep on living and whatnot. So this man, he introduces himself to Norman. His name is Peter Rattery, and he comes to Norman like he's a nice guy, and he tells him that he's taking him to Lambda. And it's crazy because when we hear about Lambda, we think that it's this messed up place. But when the episode starts and we see where Norman is, like it seems like it's just a normal place where it's like they're just having the kids take tests and whatnot. And as the episode progresses, we see that it isn't a normal place. We see what's happening to some of the other people that are at Lambda. We see Zazie, we see Barbara, we see Cislo, and we see Vincent. And at least with Vincent, we don't really see anything bad happening to him, but with Barbara, and I'm assuming Zazie is the guy with the bag on his head, and we see Cislo, like he's locked up in what seems like a cage or a dungeon or something like that, where he just looks sad. It was pretty interesting seeing what Lambda was, because I really thought that it was a more messed up place because of how they described it when they were telling Emma and Ray about it. But when we see it, it's not as messed up. I guess it depends on who you are, because remember, Norman was very intelligent, so that's the reason why I guess he wasn't treated like somebody like Barbara was treated. But they were trying to kill Norman. They were making him take medicine and whatnot. And we find out that Peter isn't as nice of a person like we thought he was. And I'm assuming that there was somebody else above Peter. His name was James Rattery. And I believe that is who Mr. Minerva is. If I'm right, I believe that was Mr. Minerva's real name. And I'm mad I'm having a brain fart, but I believe that was his name. And Peter is either his brother or his son, and he's just like, there's going to be no hope for the kids that we have here at Lambda. And we see, like I said, the demons and the humans, they're working together, which is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like every time we watch an episode, we're always finding out more and more crazy things that is going on in this world. So the flashback, it continues, and Norman, he's being watched, he's being studied, he continues to keep getting perfect scores on everything that he does, and he starts playing with a Rubik's Cube, and this is how him and Vincent, they start sending messages to each other because they keep sliding a sheet of paper inside of the Rubik's Cube. Norman says that he can make a bomb and he just needs the detonation. I'm guessing Vincent, he gets parts somewhere. They make the bomb, and then bam, Norman, he helps everybody escape. This is how Norman becomes the boss, and this is what leads to them wanting to kill demons because of everything that has happened to them. We already know how Norman felt about the demons going all the way back to the Gracefield farm when they saw that their friend had been killed by the demons, and when they found out that demons were eating the humans. So also while this is going on, Norman, like I said, he's beginning to get sick. He's starting to cough up blood. And then we resume from last week's episode where Norman is sitting in the chair. He just coughed up a bunch of blood. And what he's trying to do, he's trying to save his brothers and sisters so that way that there is a world with no demons, like I said in last week's episode. And by doing this, he has to get rid of the demons no matter what. And Emma, again, she wants to protect the demons because not all demons are bad like we've seen. And we go back to Emma and her group, and they are still trying to locate Sonju and Mujika, and they're following these tracks and whatnot. They see small tracks, they see big tracks from the wild demons out there. And this is something interesting that I've thought of as well, is the one wild demon that we keep on seeing, is it the same one? I can't remember if we've seen multiple ones. I believe we have seen multiple wild demons, but if not, I think we've only seen one. And I just want to know if this is the same one. And it's interesting because if this is the same one, that wild demon, it ate those humans when they were at their hideout, when they found their new hideout and whatnot. And it just makes me think that if a wild demon eats a human, well, it revert them back to their original demon form. And if it's the same one, then the answer is no. But if it's not the same one, then it's a possibility. So that's something that I was thinking about. As they're looking for Sonju and Mujika, they end up getting attacked by one of the wild demons. And this wild demon, like, is attacking the kids and whatnot. And then Emma, she ends up, sacrificing herself so that way that she can be bait to lure the demon away from Ray, dang, I'm mad I can't remember, Ray, Gilda, and Dawn. Sorry about that. But yeah, so she ends up being the pretty much the prey, so that way that the demon will chase it. And the demon's chasing her, and when it's about to get her, we have Ray, who comes in like Link, and he saves her, man. And it was so amazing when he did that. And just seeing the animation right there and Emma's face and reaction, and then the demon comes and swoops in, and Emma, she has a dirt face, and I really thought that Emma was gonna die right here. And Sonju, he ends up saving Emma and the rest of the kids with just one swipe. Like, Sonju is such a badass, all right? And it was just amazing, like, seeing that, like, now they're back together, and they pretty much are gonna go back to Norman because he has Mujika and Sonju now, and they really haven't even told them, like, what's going on, like, why we need you right now. And we just hear an explosion. And Norman, he pretty much lied to Emma. I mean, we already saw that in last week's episode where he said that he wasn't going to keep the promise that he had made with Emma. And when I was just watching this, I was just like, come on, Norman. Like, why would you do something like this? Like, this is your sister. I understand why you want to do this, but it's just like, man, it's like not all demons are bad. And, me watching this show, it's like when I first saw the demons, it's like I hated them. But then after we meet Sonju and Mujika, and then you have the older demon that brings them fruit to the temple and whatnot, I was just like, not all demons are bad. Only some of them are. I want to say only the higher ups are the ones that are bad. So Norman, he ends up releasing his medicine into the city, and it starts to degenerate the demons. Not all of them. It looks like it only affects the older ones, but we do see that it does affect the younger ones as well. But a lot of the younger ones were still in their normal forms, and it was very sad because it's just like when their parents were transforming, the younger ones was just like, no, like don't hurt my parents, like mom, dad. And Norman, he ends up coming to the town and he's walking through it and whatnot. And as he's walking through it, like he's starting to catch feelings, like his feelings are starting to explode because he's seeing that like some of these demons are caring and like they're not all evil, they're just like us. And there's this one child demon and she's looking for her grandpa, and I was just like, please don't tell me that her grandpa is the demon that was helping Emma and her brothers and sisters. And it was, and we find out that this demon's name is Emma as well. So it's like when Norman is about to kill her, the grandfather, he finds her and he calls out Emma, and then that stops Norman because he's just like, Emma. And when the girl runs to her grandfather, pretty much he's protecting her, and Norman, like he's about to kill both of them. Another explosion goes off, the medicine that ends up hitting them, and nothing happens to the old man. But his granddaughter, she starts transforming, and when Norman goes to stab him in the hand, we find out that he was one of the demons who drank Mujika's blood, and he doesn't need to eat humans. And what ends up happening is he gives his blood to his granddaughter so that way that she won't start degenerating, and he's dying. And right before Norman can kill both of them, Emma and Ray show up, and Emma is just like, Norman, what are you doing? And it's, like I said, really good episode. I was hyped the entire time I was watching it. Can't wait to see next week's episode. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this episode. Like, were you as hyped as I was watching this episode? Did you think it was a good episode? Did you not like it? I know that there are a lot of people who aren't really fans of the anime right now because of the changes that they've made from the manga, but because somebody like me, I didn't read the manga, but I am going to start reading it. It really doesn't affect me that much, so I'm still enjoying it. And even if you did read the manga and they made the changes, just enjoy it for what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's like, don't attack the creators of the anime, the studios and whatnot for what they're doing, because they're giving us something different. You know what I'm saying? And I always feel like it's always cool when they do switch up certain things. Maybe like the stuff that got taken out, maybe they might turn that into a movie. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I feel like it's always good to look at the positives instead of the negatives. And with this anime being such an amazing anime, with the animation, the music, the story, just enjoy it for what it is. So like I said, hop in the comments. Let's talk about episode 8. I'm Benjamin Banks, your hero. You can find me at King Benjamin Banks _Banks. I messed up. You can find me at King Benji _Banks on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me on Facebook at Benjamin Banks. I should be the first person to pop up. If not, then I need to contact Mr. Zuckerberg. Make sure that you follow all of the Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks social media accounts at Leveling Up Banks. That's on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We have a Patreon, and if you're feeling generous and would love to donate to us, it's at Leveling Up Banks. Make sure that you check out our podcast where we drop new episodes every Tuesday, and then those episodes get uploaded to YouTube in video form, so that way you can watch the video of that episode. And like I always say, thank you for watching our reviews. Make sure you check out some of the other ones. We just did one for Black Lightning, Superman and Lois, and The Flash. So make sure you check those out. And then tomorrow we have the season finale of WandaVision. I'm also going to be doing a video review for Raya and the Last Dragon. So yeah, just make sure that you subscribe to this channel so that way you always know when we have new stuff. Hit that bell button so that way you're always notified as soon as we upload something to the channel. And just make sure you hit that like button so that way you show us that you support us. With that being said, like I always say, keep that pinky up. I'll see you next time. Peace.
Be sure to smash that like button if you enjoyed this video and get notified every time we upload a new one by subscribing and ticking the bell icon. You can also listen to the full episode by searching for Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks on your favorite podcast app. If you'd like to help support more great content like this, be sure to check us out on Patreon, We'll have the link posted in the description below. Thanks for listening, and see you on the next episode of Leveling Up with Benjamin Banks.